Just one person. Okay, people, that's okay. All right, cool. So who's been kind of following along for the month? Yeah, okay, good. So you're like, what happened? Okay. So we're going to talk about intuition tonight. This is the last night for our focus on that practice, the things that kind of aliven that and bring that up. And then next month we go into intention. And intention is actually the key to everything, right? So it is the key, it's the underlying baseline of everything that we do. And so, but we're very unclear on things sometimes and what intention is versus our goals and all of those things. I hate this, I have to cough. Okay, so we'll talk about that next week. But this week, as we are kind of wrapping up this whole series on how to tap into our intuition, every week I've been talking about the things that kind of like foster an intuitive mind and what brings that about. We talked a lot about people experiencing different levels of trauma and that actually contributing to people's hyper awareness on things and why they tend to be very hyper vigilant on things. And so then that can turn into what appears to be like a very intuitive sense, right? And really, and I'm not saying that this isn't what it is, but they just have a real good read on people. They had a lot of experiences in their life that kind of gave them the ability, for better or for worse, to be hyper vigilant about their surroundings, people, am I safe, what's happening, things like that. So they start really dialing in to their inner knowing, if you will, okay? So then we talked a little bit about, I think I mentioned this a little bit, but I'm gonna, if I didn't, I'm gonna kind of go back into it a little bit. There are people who are just kind of born with this, almost like in, you know, like the little movie Sixth Sense, right? Like there's people who are just kind of born with that. They're born with these like very heightened abilities that maybe a lot of us don't really understand or we don't necessarily have. And so when kids are little, and I know I did talk about this in the beginning because I was talking about the imaginary friend and all of that stuff. When kids are little and they have this little bit of extra sensory perception of things, and then their parents, Quentin, would you get me a bottle of water? I can feel a tickle in my throat and I don't want to be like throughout the, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So when these kids have these little extra senses, and then sometimes parents don't really know what to do with that. And so then they're kind of like, just go to bed, you're fine. And, you know, or just leave the light on, you know, you'll be fine. Or, I mean, like, you know, because I know those things because I heard those things, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other people that heard those things too, you know what I mean? So, and kids do have very overactive imaginations, they do. But they also are real like sensitive to things. So we don't ever want to just kind of dismiss that and just like shut that off. Because what that turns into as they get older is that they don't trust their gut. They don't trust that they are feeling something or they are tapped into something or they are aware of something. We don't want to take that away from anybody, right? So there's a fine line between indulging something and being curious about something. So when you're around little kids and they say little things that seem a little like, oh, where is it coming up for that? You know, and like I had said before, when I was little and I had my little imaginary friend, I scared everybody because I would just have these full-blown on conversations with her. And so, but instead of it being like, well, tell me a little bit more about her, it was like, don't do that, you're freaking everybody out. Do you know what I mean? So then you just lock it down. And then it has to come out later. And the problem with that is as it comes out later, like I said, there's the one part where you don't trust your gut, you don't trust your intuition, you don't trust that you have whatever that is. The other thing is it actually can cause almost like a feeling of like a crisis within your body and you kind of don't know what's going on. So there was a guy that came into the studio a couple of years back, and he was like, he just was drawn here, and he could see all these things. He was experiencing all of this stuff, but I felt like he was drawn here for a reason, so that he could really kind of like explore that and get into that more. So how he's doing today, I only get to see once in a while. So, but then there's other people that have come in here, a lot of men. Right now, we've gone from this Piscean age into this Aquarian age. And so as we make this transition through that, from that masculine energy into the feminine energy, there is a shift that's happened. And a lot of men are really, really, really sensitive to this right now. And because they are kind of stuck in their story in their head about, and it's not their fault. It's like, what does it mean to be a man? Don't cry, don't do this, da 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 da, whatever it is, okay? Don't show your emotions, don't blah, 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 right? There's a lot of that goes into that. When they start to have these feelings and these emotions, it's really difficult for them, and then they don't have anybody to even like talk to about it, because they're just so kind of like, what do I do? I mean, like, who's going to talk to me? You got to be like Rob, you just got to like move into the center. And so it's like, but then it's this thing where it's like, there was another guy at the same time that the other men that I was talking about, he started coming here, and it was so cute. He came in, he just looked like a big, huge teddy bear. And he's like, I don't know why, I just keep seeing this place, and I know I'm supposed to be here. And then he said, I see flowers on the road, and I start crying. And there was another guy here at the time, and he was like, you're in the right place, man. And he gave him a big hug and just started crying. And so, so as this shift is happening for people, for all of us right now, we do need to be sensitive to it. And then it's like, what does that have to do with my intuition? It has everything to do with your intuition, everything. Because you have to trust that the path that you're on and what you're feeling is okay, it's safe, it's real, okay? And then I said this before too, you don't want to believe every crazy thing that your brain says. So, because we have stories that run in the back of our mind, and they're based off of our traumas that are not good, and we tend to view the world through those oftentimes. So we need to be a little bit careful when it's like, is this my intuition speaking to me, or is this my trauma and my fear speaking to me? You see what I'm saying? So it's so that's where it's like, this is why meditation, and this is what we're doing tonight, is so direly important. Because you have to be able to separate the parts. That's one thing that I say to all of my clients. You have to be able to separate the parts, okay? What happens is we get into chaos or whatever, and we clump everything into one big giant ball. And then we think everything is this. And all of the insanity that's happening in my life is all of this. When it's like, it's this, and 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 it's this. And you start pulling it all apart, and you're like, I can actually bite this off one little teeny piece at a time. Or I can look at whatever is coming up, this feeling that is coming up, one little piece at a time. And then I can actually discern, is this my trauma or my fear, or is this my intuition? Okay? So, and then eventually it just like guides you and you start to go. I'm not there yet, but I know people that are. So, okay? All right, who's never meditated? You'd be the only person that wouldn't have meditated, because you're the only person that's new.
I have before.
Okay, then we're set. We got nothing to worry about. Is that okay for you? Or do you need to be higher? Or are you comfortable?
No, I'm good. Yeah,
good. Perfect. Okie dokie, artichokes. So everybody knows what to do. So Quentin, the back light's off and the front light's just a little bit down. Thank you. So let's all go ahead and get nice and comfortable. Sit up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back. Tuck your chin slightly. And you can close your eyes just gently. Don't smash them shut. So let's do a little check-in with our physiology. So we've got this beautiful body. How tight is it? What's going on with the jaw? What's going on with the tongue? Does it feel loose? Does it feel clenched? Sometimes if you can just barely turn the corners of your mouth up, it will loosen the rest of the tension in your face. Being sure that your teeth are not touching if possible. So as you're sitting there in this position, I encourage you tonight to bring your imaginary gaze point up to where you feel like your third eye is. So it's around the area between your eyebrows and up a little bit, and then in about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches. So it'll almost feel like you're crossing your eyes and then looking up. So that area, that third eye area, there's 2 parts to it. We've got the front, which is the third eye, and then in the back, directly behind there, near your occipital ridge is where your Bundy point is, and in that we've got this extra, almost like a way to tap into the energies that are all around us, whether they're on this plane or other planes of existence. So as we go into that third eye area, just holding your focus there, holding your gaze point there. Starting to add the breath to this. Being very aware of the breathing, the inhale and the exhale. As you are breathing comfortably and full inhales, full exhales, start directing the breathing up into that area of your third eye. And I'd like you to picture, imagine, or think about that you have the ability to breathe in and out of that third eye. We had done this earlier in the month, and we're going to repeat the process of activating each of these chakras. So I'd like you to bring your focus and your attention to your crown. Envision again that you are breathing in and out of the crown of your head. Bring your attention to that area, and just it's the back of your head, and it's this little bindu. We're just going to go ahead and breathe out of the back of our head for a moment. Now drop down to the area of your throat, but I want you to envision it going from the back of your body in and out from your neck, breathing. So now drop down into your heart. And truly envision breathing in and out of your heart. Now we're going to drop down to the area of our solar plexus. It's behind that, closer to the spine. Breathing in and out from there. And then drop down to the area of your sacrum. And finally, the tip of your tailbone. Just envisioning breathing in and out through the tip of the tailbone.
What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to just imagine yourself sitting just as you are and as if there's nothing else around you. And there's a wisdom center that exists within your body. It's older than you in your chronological physical age. And it exists, and it's alive, and it's breathing, and it's well. And without allowing yourself to drift or to go into any other story, find that spot inside your body, and for everybody it's probably different. And when you feel that you have located where that wisdom center is, you can even place your hand on it. As you're with that space, that wisdom center that exists inside of you, just imagine, if you can, that it has been trying to talk to you and trying to access you in ways through sensory perception, physical sensations, whatever it is. And as you're with this space and this presence inside of you, just make an agreement that you will learn to trust and be more directed by this wisdom point. That's all. You don't have to do anything magnificent. Just let it know that you're going to listen more. And then thank that part of you for always being there. thank your body for giving you the signals that you need in order to be able to hear and understand that. And thank your mind for always trying to keep you safe. And you can let it know that it's done a great job. But we're going to try to focus on this wisdom center just a little bit more right now. So wherever you're at with your meditation, go back to your third eye. Bring your intention back to your inhales and your exhales. And you can start to bring some organic movement back into your body. And please, as always, let your eyes be the very last thing to open. Okay. So, this thing gets in the way so much. It's so beautiful. It's got so many beautiful jobs designed to keep us safe, but unfortunately it gets in the way and it just makes us go crazy sometimes. So it's important to really understand your body. That's why I had said a couple weeks ago that menopause has been like the greatest gift for me, because I have to listen to my body, like have to. And so I've chosen to go down a route where I'm not taking anything for it. I'm not doing any kind of stuff. I'm just trying to let my body do its thing. And it's been really interesting because I'm so dialed in with what freaks me out, what makes me uncomfortable, I was with a client the other day and I said something and then I started sweating right away. And I was like, why am I sweating? And then I thought, oh, because I'm afraid that I might have offended her. And because sometimes for those of you who've had sessions with me, I have no filter when we have those sessions. Like I just tell you, whatever it is. And there was something that came up in me and I was like, ooh, I was like worried. And I wasn't real conscious of it because I'm like in go mode when I'm working. But I started sweating and then I was like, where's that coming from? And it was like, oh, I'm feeling concerned about this. So I'm like so much more dialed in with everything that rubs me the wrong way or even excites me and makes me really happy. Like my physiology, I can feel it like so much more than I ever have been able to before. And I have to go really slow too. I can't do anything fast anymore. Back in 2016, I got vertigo that lasted 3 months to the point where it was like 3 or 4 months. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't drive. I couldn't walk around. I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. Like it was really bad. And so I've never been 100% the same since then. And so I've never been able to move at like my rapid fire, really fast, insane rate like I used to. And then moving into menopause, I have to be even slower. And so I feel like women get to go into menopause because it creates wisdom inside of them. Like, I really genuinely believe this, because there is absolutely no other type of explanation for why women have to go through so many things. So we have, like, it's the most insane thing, right? It's so crazy. Like, our body is just like this constant transformation of things. And we go crazy. Like, I feel so bad for our partners because we're like lunatics. I mean, absolute lunatics, like at least twice a month. And so we have to work through that. And we have to, like, we hope that they give us grace. You know what I mean? And then we have to, like, really learn to master this thing, because it goes nuts because of our hormones. It's all hormones. But what it does, if you listen to it, you'll become super, super dialed in. You'll be so dialed in if you don't just go and jump on the cray-cray train. Like, let yourself get dialed into your body. So I actually kind of feel bad for men because you don't have this. So there. Rob. No. Trust me. So all of these things that we do are designed to slow us down so we can listen, okay? So we can really dial into our inner wisdom on things. That's all, everything that we do, okay? Okie dokie, artichokes. This week is moving into Friday. This Friday, we have the archetypal dance. No? Oh, it's next week.
It's still August this whole week.
Is it the whole week?
I know, right?
It's crazy, man.
Okay, so.
Oh, no, it's not.
Next month.
Oh, my goodness, it sure is.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Okay, next week. Yeah, oh my goodness. See how cool my new calendar is with my little eyeballs on it and your intention, so make sure you get one. Don't forget, grab a calendar before you leave. So we've got the archetypal dance, which is on the 5th, and her theme this month is the Tower. And then Carlin is our Iyengar teacher, and she is teaching a class on bone health. So osteoporosis / bone health. So everybody really should take this class, because if you learn about how to keep your bones safe and what is going to actually start to build up the strength inside of your bones, you'll be so much better off. And then there's kids yoga. The big thing I want to focus on is we've got there's a bunch of really cool things, but there's a Kundalini live music event on the 14th. So we do have Kundalini in the morning, normal Kundalini class that morning, but then they're going to come back in the afternoon, and it's going to be music with Kundalini. So, like, it's going to be like a hybrid type thing. So I'm really excited about it. And that's on the 14th. There is a river trip. Now, Quentin's going to be mad that I even mentioned it, but I want to say, because everybody's going to see the little paddle boater and go, what are they doing? I want to do that so bad. You need to make sure that you have paddleboarded in the past, that you have your own paddleboard, and you are over 18 years of age. Okay, so what's that?
Or a kayak.
Or a kayak. Yeah. So
specifically, like, have you paddleboard or kayak the river? You know?
Yeah.
The Seil-Butler, because that's a different experience than being on the lake.
Yeah.
There's a current, right?
Right.
You think in your head, oh, it's very different.
It's different. So we can't have anybody that's, like, not done it before.
And
Okay.
please bring your own life vest.
Yes, and a life vest.
All those disclaimers, and there will be an extra waiver. But all that being said.
Don't worry, you're 100% safe. No, just and then the last thing is that there is a self-hypnosis course at the end of the month. So hypnosis is such a beautiful gift, to be able to access your subconscious mind, to start undoing some of your stinking thinking, and start to allow yourself to live a better life. So if you can learn how to do self-hypnosis, you can start to take the practices that we have or the things that you learn and start to lock those into your subconscious mind to actually have, like, lasting results. So that's what that at the end of the month. Okie dokie, artichokes.
Melissa, could I just throw in one
Yes.
plug for that? Because you mentioned the importance of your intuition in the class, and that's why we offer everything here at the center that we do, right? All the yoga classes, the meditation classes, the Tai Chi practices, because the hope is that as you do these practices, you're more balanced, and then you're actually in a place where you can trust your intuition more. right? Because the voice in your head's actually dialed in. And, you know, it's funny because I can just speak from my own experience. Having lived by myself for the last couple of years, it's been interesting because, like, there's always a dialogue going up in here. And I'm very aware of it when I'm by myself. And I can tell when it's like, oh, thoughts are in a good place. And, oh, no, it's not such a good place. And it's always when I'm actually doing practices, you know. And if I'm actually sticking to them, then things are working out well. And then when I'm talking to someone, I get a read on the situation, I know stuff, and it's like, oh, that is actually what's going on. And sure enough, 2 weeks later,
Yeah.
so that whatever I thought about that person, whatever popped in my head, it's like, that's the thing.
That's right.
But then times when I'm not, it's not. And so that's very, very helpful for just, you know, coming to the center, doing stuff here. But then the hypnosis class, I mean, we're going to be going over stuff for insomnia, goal setting, all these little things that, again, just make your life so much easier. So anyway.
Yeah, super cool. Zen Life, we make your life wonderful. Right? Maybe you guys have all been here long enough to know that, right? Yeah, it's good. I can say that without like making the, like I'm blowing smoke up my own butt. I'm not. It's like, it really, that's right. Yeah, that's right, yeah. All right, you guys, we'll see y'all next week. Go ahead and leave your stuff here. It's fine. We'll clear it all out for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.